before, because when I tell y'all I ate this up, yeah, let's get into it. So I'm back with another dark skin girl makeup tutorial for all my chocolate girlies. Today was my client's birthday, so you know I had to get my girl right. So let's go ahead and get into this video. But before we start, if you are new, welcome to my makeup channel. I am CharniqG, and make sure you hit that subscribe button. Now let's get into this makeup glam. So I've already started by prepping her skin. I went in with some moisturizers, sunscreen, because you know we gotta protect the client's skin underneath. And I also already went in with her foundation primer. As y'all know, all products are linked down below in my description box, okay? Taking NARS foundation, and I'm blending that all over her face using my Real Technique foundation brush. Now, like I mentioned in my last makeup tutorial, if you guys have watched that, I like to dip my brush in the product now and apply it that way. It helps me really control the product and also control how much I'm applying on my client's face. And also, I didn't need much product because she already had beautiful even skin tone, so it just went on like butter, okay? The coverage is giving like a medium full coverage, but not too full coverage, because she really didn't need the full coverage. And also, that's where the contour and the highlighting is going to come into play as well. So I always like to really start off light. Depending on the client's skin, I like to start off light and just build my way up when it comes to the foundation, okay? So for the highlight and contour, I'm going to go in using Tarte Shape Concealer. The shades are listed down below in my description box. I'm going to be applying this concealer everywhere where the light hits the client's face. So under the eyes, middle of the chin, middle of nose, middle of the forehead, and right above the lip. Also, the brush that I'm using is the Bare Minerals concealer brush. Y'all can find this brush linked also on my Amazon storefront, along with other goodies. So once I'm done applying concealer on all of the highlighted areas, I'm gonna let that dry down and just sit and get tacky. So while I let that dry down, I'm gonna apply concealer to her contour areas, which is the middle of her cheeks, bridge of her forehead. I also apply a little to her jawline, and then to contour her nose, I like to just take a very small concealer brush and go in and contour the sides of her nose, dragging that concealer upwards into her eyebrows. Listen, I love me a snatch nose, so I usually like to really just take my time with the nose contour, because the nose contour is really gonna make or break the makeup, okay? I'm not gonna even lie. And you don't want to go super harsh when it comes to the nose contour, because you're gonna be able to see it at the end of the makeup, and we don't like a very, very, very harsh nose contour. At least I don't, okay? So I'm gonna blend out all of her areas where we contoured. And for her highlighted areas, I always like to start with blending the edges out first. And you guys are gonna see me go back and forth with this brush and the foundation brush, because we have to blend those harsh edges out so it can look very seamlessly and blended together. So I always go back and forth with both brushes just to make sure the blend is blended to my liking. Like right here, I want y'all to pay attention to the difference before I blend out the edges with the foundation brush. So just look at how it looks right now. If you don't go in and blend those edges out, when you go back and set that with powder, it's going to show up just like that underneath, and it's going to look worse because you're going to set it with powder. So look at how very seamlessly and blended it is now. When I went back in and blended it out with the foundation brush, I like to repeat this step all over the face, y'all. So same thing with the chin. I'm going in with that foundation brush and I'm blending those edges out so it can look like it's blending together. All right, so you don't really see the harsh line, or you don't really see like where it stopped or started. So just a FYI, a pro makeup tip: always go in and make sure you are blending those edges. I'm taking a this is a blush from Milk Makeup. It's like a purple blush. It's super pretty, and I love using this blush specifically for my dark skin girlies. And I'm also going in with the Juvia's Cream blush just to add a tiny bit of pink to it, so it can really give like a nice pink look. This is my first time actually mixing these two blush shades together, and I love it. Like, it wasn't too pink because I didn't want a very super pink blush on her skin tone. So mixing these two shades together gave me the perfect color that I was going for. And once I'm done blending out the blush, I went back in and finished blending out her under eye makeup. Last step, I'm going to finish blending out her nose contour. So I'm taking a very small eyeshadow brush and just blending that shadow lightly out. As you guys can see, I'm going back and forth with my foundation brush and the small shadow brush just to make sure that nose contour is not harsh. So this step really helps me to kind of take away some of that product, because now look at her nose. It's not giving super harsh. It's giving what it needs to give. I'm going in with a powder puff, and it's no product on this. I'm just using this to blend the rest of her face out. And I feel like this also helps take away extra product that's on the face, because we don't want the face to be super damp and wet when it's time to go in and set the face with some powder. Okay, so I'm going in with the L'Oreal Laura Mercier I said L'Oreal Laura Mercier translucent powder, and I'm setting everywhere that we highlighted. So I'm taking that same powder puff, and as you guys can see, I like to tap that powder puff on the back of my hand just to kind of get rid of that excess powder. And this also helps the powder to go on so smoothly. I don't know what's the science behind this. I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I don't know, but it works. Powder just goes on so smooth. It doesn't give like a patchy, cakey look. So yeah, definitely try this hack out, because girl, I just love the results that it gives every single time. So I'm setting the rest of her face with foundation powder. The powder that I'm using is from Jaclyn Cosmetics. Love these powders down, okay? The pigment in them is just so good. Like, yeah, they're so good. Making sure I get that powder down her neck, because I feel like that's the most important thing. Like, you want the face to match the neck. Setting her blush with some blush powder. Gotta make sure we bring that warmth and color back into our client's face. I'm using the Laura Mercier setting powder in shade Deep to carve out her features in her face. So I'm applying this powder right on the sides of her cheeks and also the sides of her nose. And I also decided to just apply this powder on top of the translucent powder just to add some warmth color back into her skin. All right, let's move to the eyes. So I'm cleaning my client's eyebrows because this is gonna give us a nice clean brow look. So I'm just cleaning all the extra little hairs and getting it out of my way. For the brows, I am taking the Morphe Brow Pomade in shade, I can't remember the shade, it's listed down below in my description box. I also took the NYX brow glue to lay her brow hairs down. Now for her eye makeup today, I knew I wanted to do something very shimmery and gold. Like, I wanted this makeup look to give bronze, gold, shimmer, just all of that. And she showed me her outfit, and majority of the colors in her outfit was gold for her birthday. So I knew I wanted to implement gold somewhere. So for this eye makeup, I kept it very simple, but it still gave what it needed to give. So I'm blending out her concealer, and I'm setting that with some translucent powder so that concealer will not move. We're keeping the color scheme very neutral. So I'm starting with a chocolate brown eyeshadow color, and I like to usually do light to dark, so that is what I'm doing. I'm starting from light to dark. So I'm taking a brown eyeshadow color and applying that as her transition color. And throughout this whole entire eye makeup process, I think I only used maybe 3 eyeshadow colors. So I also went in and added like a little burgundy shade as well, just to kind of add that warm color back into her eyes. Right here, I'm going in with a clean eyeshadow brush and blending the edges of that eyeshadow out. Once I'm done blending that, I'm taking a loose pigment. This is what I usually use to highlight my client's cheeks. So this is actually a highlighter, but I love to use it as eyeshadow as well because it's just so gorgeous. So it is a loose pigment, super pretty, super gold, but it wasn't gold enough. So I found another gold loose pigment that I had sitting in my drawer. I don't know where it came from, y'all. I'm sorry. I had it for years and I always forget I have it. And I don't remember where I got it from, but I decided to apply that on top of the gold that we already had because I wanted more of a shimmer. Like, I wanted her eyes to freaking glow. So as you guys can see, like, it definitely gave more of a shimmer look. Also, forgot to mention, I did go in with those same eyeshadow colors and add them on the outer corner of her lids. Right here, I'm taking the NYX Liquid Matte Black Eyeliner and applying her a wing. So finishing her eyes up by adding some purple eyeshadow on her waterline and also black eyeliner gel right on her waterline. I also decided to give her a inner wing in her inner corners just to add that razzle dazzle extra pop to her eyes, and it definitely gave it an extra pop, y'all. And I was so nervous to do this because I thought I was gonna mess up, but surprisingly I got it right on the first try because I usually have to go in and do this step before I finish the face. So yeah, we got that right on the first try. So her lashes are on. These lashes are also linked down below. I got these lashes from Amazon, so I'll link them down below. Well, actually, no, I lied. I got these lashes from my local beauty supply store. Sorry, y'all. Okay, so I'm finishing her face off by buffing away that excess powder and just blending that out. I like to pat that product into her skin, y'all. This makeup look came together so pretty, and we're not even done. Like, it's looking so good. I'm using a pressed powder from Jaclyn Cosmetics to buff away all that excess powder, and I'm so happy that I went in with that translucent powder in shade Deep because it definitely brought back that warm color into her skin. Now, this is the first setting spray because I like to go in and spray my client's face at least a couple of times before that final spray. I'm applying a little bit of shimmer on her cheekbones, also finishing up her nose contour by applying some foundation powder and adding a little highlight at the button of her nose. Also for her lips, so I decided to do something different for the lips because I feel like I always do the same lip routine, y'all. That same tired ass lip routine. So I wanted to do something different. I wanted to add some color. I wanted to do like a nice ombre type of vibe. And at first I was a little nervous, I'm not gonna lie, but this color complemented her look and her skin so well. I topped it off with some shimmery like gold gloss, and it really brought her lips to a 10. Like, it really came together so pretty. Like, this was so pretty on her skin tone. Like, can we normalize putting color on the lips, y'all? Because I know for me, I always do my, you know, my brown lip liner with the nude in the middle, but I wanted to do something different, and this was so pretty, and I was just so pleased at how the lips came out. So pretty. And I started with outlining her lips with some brown concealer, and then I took like a burgundy lip color, and then I mixed it with like a pink and nude lip color. Y'all, I mix a few colors together, okay? I mix a few colors together, and that's what it's all about. Like, play around with your lip colors, play around with your lip combos, and just have some fun with it, okay? So I finished her face off by adding some bottom mascara, spraying her face down with some setting powder, and fanning that down and patting that into her skin. And we are done. I love how this makeup look came out. It's so gorgeous, so pretty. My girl is ready for her birthday. So leave some comments down below. Let me know what y'all think. Don't forget to check down below my description box for all the product details. And subscribe if you made it all the way through, girl. Thank y'all so much for watching. I love y'all so much. And I'm going to see y'all in my next video. Bye.